Hey buddy, you gonna get rid of your Xbox One? You gonna get rid of your PlayStation 4? You gonna get rid of your PlayStation 4 Pro? You gonna get rid of your Xbox One X? Next generation is approaching quicker. It's going to be here before we even expect it to be. And there's a little bit something that I want to discuss right now. And trust me, it gets annoying because I have had it from a few different people from when we were already starting the first couple years of the 8th generation of consoles, and I have actually had quite a bit of people, well, basically around 5 people, 5 different friends of mine, basically were trying to make me again, like, hey, you gotta get rid of your Xbox 360, what's the point? And we're already getting closer to next generation, like I mentioned, and I can already tell you that there is going to be quite a bit of that happening again. So just be on the ware for all this, that you will be having some of your friends, if not family members or whatnot, mostly friends, that if you are basically like a hardcore gamer like I am, and you pretty much like keeping your older consoles because of, in case you ever want to go back to them, like, it's just, that's not their choice to be telling you. But I can understand that this stuff gets really, really annoying, especially if it was to keep happening. So just be said that we are getting closer to the next generation, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. And if you have a PS4 Pro or One X or OG Xbox One or PlayStation 4, they're going to be asking you that question or saying, hey, why don't you get rid of your Xbox One? Hey, why do you need that piece of garbage for if you got that, and blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be really, really nuts once the next generation consoles launch. But see, here's the thing, and I made a video about this topic earlier in January of 2019, basically a year and a half ago, is you get these consoles, all right? It's best to keep your current gen system when the next gen systems launch, just in case if something like, say, goes out on one of your new systems that you just got, whether if it's the PS5, the PS5 all digital edition, or the Xbox Series S Lockhart that hasn't been announced yet, and I don't know what the heck Microsoft is doing, or even the Xbox Series X. And say, like, you get the system, let's say you're an Xbox person, all right, and you get the Xbox Series S, the Lockhart, because you don't have very much money, a cheaper, more affordable, friendly console. And it has a disk drive, let's say that. I don't know, we don't know if it's going to have one. There's rumors saying that the Series S Lockhart is going to be pretty much an all digital console. But let's just say that the Xbox Series S has a disk drive. All right. You get that system, you go to your store, you buy it, and the first couple games you get is probably going to be like the new Call of Duty that comes out, as well as next generation systems for them, because most of the time when a new generation comes out, the new COD will also go to those ones as well as the current gen. But let's say you get games like the new Call of Duty and especially the new WWE game, all right? let's say like a couple weeks later you started to play those on your Xbox Series S and you are so in shock with how amazing that the graphics look and the performance of the game is, especially the Call of Duty one. And next second you know, your disk drive just basically has a problem because they didn't build it right and it's a bug from the launch of the new consoles. So, and basically, if you look back of what happened with the 360 and then the PlayStation 3, as well as the original Xbox and the PlayStation 3 had what was called yellow light of death. All right. Now the PlayStation 4 has a similar of blue light of death, but it's not as common. And the PS3 and the OG Xbox also with their problems wasn't as common as the 360. But man, oh man, when you remember the launch of the 360, it was bad. You had the red ring of death on most of the launch consoles and most of the newer 360s after launch within the first 2 to 3 years. And it was bad. And something like this or like that can basically still happen with the next generation of consoles. Now, there was a couple bugs and a couple issues when the PS4 and Xbox One launched, but they got resolved and it wasn't a big common issue. But there is still a huge possibility there could be something 5 or the Xbox Series X, or like I mentioned with the disc drive on one of the consoles, if you plan on getting the one with the disc drive could possibly just quit on you and may not read games. And then let's say you got rid of your PlayStation 4 Pro or your Xbox One X after you upgraded to the Xbox Series S, then you're not going to have nothing to really much play until you're able to get the money to either recover it, or if you send that thing to Microsoft and they fix it, you won't have nothing to play in the meantime until you get that system back or you have the money to go out and buy another one. So that's why I say it's always smarter to keep your gen console. I personally keep my previous gen consoles no matter what. I still have like the original Xbox, the PlayStation 2. I mean, hell, I still have like the Super Nintendo and A64 right now. But even if you don't want to keep your old console, it still is best to keep them at least within the first year or two of them being out on the market. That way, in case of if something happens to your PS5 or your Xbox Series S or Xbox Series X or what the case is, at least you'll actually have something to play in the meantime until either Sony or Microsoft fixes the console, even if they're doing it for free, or if you're just going to decide to wait until you get enough money to go out and buy another one. At least you will have something to play and you have some money saved right there like that in the meantime to keep you busy and hold back for a little bit. So it's best to just basically keep your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One at least within the first year or two of the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S and PS5 or whatever being on the market. So, yeah. But trust me, for those of you that are hardcore gamers out there that are like me, who do keep all of their consoles, no matter how far we go, we're going to keep them until we die. I understand it gets a little bit annoying, especially hearing people asking you, hey, are you going to get rid of your console? Are you going to get rid of your PS4? Are you going to get rid of your 360? Are you going to get rid of your PlayStation 3? Trust me, I understand. I've had that quite a bit from, like I said, 5 different friends of mine. So you're probably most likely going to have that for those of you that are keeping your older consoles. But for those of you that are wanting to plan on getting rid of them, it's just best for you to keep them at least after the first year or two after you get an Xbox Series X or a PS5. That way, if something were to happen, you at least got something back up to pretty much play. This is Infernal Shard 1 for the win. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could, please hit a like if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe for those of you that are new to the channel. And I will be sure to keep you guys posted with more gaming content in the future. And also, send me down in the comment section down below of your thoughts. If you are planning on getting rid of your PlayStation 4, you're really a hardcore gamer and planning on keeping them until we're pretty much done or whatever. So just give me your thoughts down in the comment section down below if you're going to plan on keeping your consoles or if you're agreeing with me to keep them for a little while. That way, in case of something bad happens to one of your new ones. So comment down below. Subscribe for those of you that are new to the channel. Hit a like if you enjoyed this video. And we will be sure to catch you guys on the next video.